All right, folks, please put your hands together. Welcome Frank Thomas to the Roadside Review.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, it's good to see all of y'all here. Are you having a good time at the festival?
Yeah.
You know, they've kind of changed it up. Will McLEAN was a real good friend of mine. And this festival is in his honor. It's the Will McLEAN Folk Festival. Now, who in the hell Fest is, who Will Fest, I don't know who that is. But I do know who Will McLEAN is. Will and I had often talked about co-writing, and we never did get around to it. On the way home from the memorial for him up in Gainesville, going across Payne's Prairie, an old hawk swooped right down in front of the car. And so I wrote this song about Will, and the time I got home I had it done, and I picked up the guitar and played it, because I don't ever write anything on paper. And Ann complained, said, my God, that's as long as MacArthur's Pardon. So it is kind of a long song. Kind of talks about this friend of mine. You never could possess the world of things we associate with fame. Future generations will remember his name. They'll sing his Florida songs and wonder who was this man. Named Will McLEAN, who wrote about his love of the Florida sand. Will was a restless soul, never in one place for long. From Key West to Pensacola, always singing a Florida song. He had heard the legends and Florida lore on his grandpa's knee. And like a honking geese in a frozen sky, he knew he had to see. Old Brushford was blown apart by a red-hot cannonball. In a ghostly swamp called Takes Hell, he heard a panther squall. He saw beaches littered with dead fish, the victims of red tide. And along the place on the 14 road where Major Dade had died. So with his guitar and a fishing pole and a rusty Model A Ford, he explored the land of Spanish, ruled with a cross and sword. He walked the woods where Gopher Johns cries for peace and faith. He saw a dungeon in St. Augustine where Osceola had been jailed. He followed the pure clear water from beautiful Silver Spring down the Ocklawaha, so mysterious and serene. He saw the big scrub where Black Bear, the panthers still roam free. The wild hog and Gulf Hamlet and the biblical gopher would dream. The legendary Everglades, home of the Seminole. Lake Okeechobee where a hurricane had taken a dreadful toll. The trails of Acrefoot Johnson, the chain gang's hardened men, and the electric chair where a man once vowed to never sit down again. Conch Island where the green turtle laid her eggs in the sand. Gentle ocean breezes that cool his flowering land. The stillness of Payne's Prairie, the dancing sandhill plain, and far away a crying birds calling his name. The Florida he loved was slipping could see more people moving in with each passing day. People who thought wildlife was a nuisance, not a friend. And the cracker, a subhuman fool who never would fit in. So he began to write the songs, those haunting melodies, woven around the words told of Florida's history. He gave his heart and soul to the wildlife's crying lament. He mourned as the wilderness disappeared, lost to development. As the years went by, the pages filled with songs and poetry written by a man who lived in poverty. He was quick to say his songs were not for monetary gain. They were a gift to Florida with love from Will McLEAN. He inspired generations to write Florida songs. He nurtured us with love. He chastised when we were wrong. Speaking in his gentle voice, so resonant and deep, warning it would soon be time to go to his final sleep. Crying birds and honking geese kept calling him, come fly. Away, away up through the Florida sky. His soul took wing, he bid farewell to his mortal friends. He said, I will be somewhere in Florida in the wind. And on the wings of a hawk flies the soul of a man who wrote about his love on the Florida sand. He'll always be somewhere in Florida in the wind. And the tall McLEAN pines will be keen in the name of Florida's black hat troubadour, Will McLEAN. Thank you all very much. You know, we need to remember who Will was, and I don't know what Will would think about the Will Fest name, but you know, he probably wouldn't mind too much, but I do, because I loved old Will and respected him a lot. And he could be a pain in the butt sometimes too, but he was who he was. His beard may be stubble like a cut over sugar cane field. His clothes may be dirty, but the look in his eyes lets you know he won't heal. From a breed that has died, he has survived in the world that once knew is gone. He's an old cracker cowman, existing a long way from home. And dirt bikes scream over land that used to be scrub cow trail. And interstate highways have taken the place of old Mr. Flagler's radio. And condos rise from the land, and space shuttles fly. And the old cracker cowmen don't know how it all beginning and ending of an era now gone. And then like Doc Norman somehow let the bottle get him down. These old Florida cowboys are like eagles tied to the ground. And dirt bikes scream over land that used to be scrub cow trail. And interstate highways have taken the place of old Mr. Flagler's grave. And Rondo flies from the land and space shuttles fly. The old cracker cowman don't know how it all passed him by. Well, these old cracker cowmen don't know how it all passed him by. Thank you all very much. You know, I want to thank the Roadside Review here for backing me up. And they come out here with me, and I think one of the reasons they like to play with me is that they never have a clue what I'm going to do when I get out, because I don't either. You know, I've seen people have a playlist and all that stuff. You know, it's all a big surprise. And
You know, the scary part is, unfortunately, we begin to mind meld with you, Frank, so.
We begin to figure you out.
The transformation is almost complete.
That's right.
They are so incredibly talented, though, and they give their whole heart to helping us, and they helped us with our new CD, which the numbers are dwindling over there at Foth, and I only have one left. So.
By that, she means they're almost sold out.
yeah, almost sold out, but we'll have
But
some.
we surely appreciate all the efforts you guys made to help us all the time, like you do.
Yeah.
Our honor and pleasure.
Roadside Review.
Maybe we get Lisa to sing a song.
Whichever one you play. Oh, the mom song. Whichever one you play.
I think, well.
Well, and my mom is here. She's back there in the back. Kathy Wade. Love her dearly. I'm so blessed to have her. And thank you for coming, Mom.
All right, there we go, yeah.
Florida. What? We missed that one, didn't we?
Let's do it again.
Florida, my Florida, where the sun shines through the rain to wash away my pain. And I'm a child again, wrapped in wonder at my mother's knee as she unfolds the mystery of the heron and the queen. Her Florida, my Florida. She gave me diamonds in the morning dew, and silence when the moon was new, and the jewel that is the hummingbird, and the power of the spoken word, and the taste of sugar cane in her Florida, my Florida. From nowhere she took me for her very arm and showed me where the firefly shone in the evening, just us two. And how very strong I grew when I came with the hurricanes to her Florida. kiss my mother gave to me, that I thrilled to nature's majesty. I wonder at what I hear and see, and her gentle nature's song told me I belonged in her Florida, my Florida, Florida, my Florida, where the sun shines through the rain to wash away my pain. And I'm a child again, wrapped with wonder at my mother's knee as she unfolds the mystery of the heaven and the rain. And I always will remain in her Florida, my Florida, in her Florida, my Florida. Thank you. Love you, Mom.
You know, Roadside Review, they kind of pulled a quick one on me yesterday. I was down and I sometimes ask them to do one of my songs because I run out of wind. You know, I'm still breathing air and passing gas, so I guess that's a good thing. But,
I can attest to that.
So they pulled one out here and surprised me with it real good. And I said, "Daggum, do it again." So, where's Rochelle?
She might not have gotten the memo.
She may not be out of the bed yet.
The reason Rochelle was mentioned is because she was the one that inspired us last year. She showed up at our campsite and got together with Dawn and said, "You guys need to put this song together and surprise Frank." And we did surprise him. I wish I had
Yes, you did.
I wish I had a
Yes, you
photograph of that look on your
Yes,
face.
you did. I was not expecting it.
I don't know that we give it, I hope we give it as much honor as you do, but
Well, I can't do it anymore. You know, there's
There
a
you
lot
go.
of songs that I don't have the energy or my voice won't do it. But thank God you carried it on.
bring her guitar up just a little bit more.
She came along waiting for Rose, our mountain home, when she died on this Florida sand. Out in Carpus was me, but Mom was really queen of her outlaw band. Wanted by the FBI, she was destined to die on this swampland so peaceful and free. Machine guns blazed as they ended the days of my Barker, the outlaw queen. A sweet gentle lady, some folks say, who defended her son's right or wrong. But they robbed and they killed till J. Edgar had his fill when they kidnapped the bank president. And these wild misfits, they made the most wanted list when they became law resident. She came a long way from Rose, our mountain home, when she died on this Florida sand. Out in Carpus was me, but Mom was really queen of her outlaw band. Wanted by the FBI, she was destined to die in this swampland so peaceful and green. A machine guns blazed as they ended the days of Ma Barker, that outlaw. Well, they moved to Marion County, the town of Ocklawaha, to the shores of peaceful Lake Weir. And Ma told the town she was there for her help, but the money and the guns sure to the G-men they would sound the alarm. And when the shooting was o'er, Ma Parker was dead with a machine gun cradled in her arms. She came a long way from this Ozark Mountain home when she died on this Florida sand. Oh, now the carcass was mean, but Mom was really queen of her outlaw band. Wanted by the FBI, she was destined to die in this swampland so peaceful and green. Our machine guns blazed as they ended the days of Ma Parker, the outlaw queen. Oh, Ma Parker, the outlaw queen. Well, they still talk about her in the town of Ocklawaha and all of those wild parties they threw. How them boys went hunting with submachine guns and all of that money they blew. Well, now them Carcass and Mom, her queen outlaw band, she wasn't there when they ended their careers with a bang. How about that? Wasn't long till Mr. Hoover put the handcuffs on him, and that ended the Ma Parker gang. She came a long way from her Ozark Mountain home when they died on this Florida sand. Well, Lauren Carcass was mean, but Ma was really queen of her outlaw band. Wanted by the FBI, she was destined to die in this swampland so peaceful and green. You know, machine guns blazed as they ended the days of Ma Parker, the outlaw queen. Oh yeah, machine guns blazed as they ended the days of Ma Parker, the outlaw queen.
Thank you. They do a great job. We're going to wind up here with one here to end it with, and I think we may do something this Sunday. And you know, when I was a young coming up, they dragged me around to Sunday school there, reporting other. My mom and daddy would any church that the doors was open, that's where they'd go. You know, the Holiness Church, or Foot Washing Baptist, or whatever it might be. Be there today. I hadn't done it in a while. When I was a child in Sunday school, I learned about the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do to you, and most of all to our Savior be true. And it talks about a man, his name was Moses. And it talked about a man, his name was John. But mostly they talked about a man named Jesus, the risen Son of God. They taught me all about Jesus and His love, God's only Son sent from heaven above. He died to save a world from sin, was buried and rose again. And it talked about a man, his name was Moses. And it talked about a man, his name was John. But mostly they talked talked about a man named Jesus, the risen Son of God. It was there I learned about Noe and the ark, how David played pretty music on a harp. I learned about Jonah, who was swallowed by a whale, and how Paul and Silas were freed from jail. Yeah, and it talked about this man, his name was Moses. And it talked about a man, his name was John. But mostly they talked about a man named Jesus, the risen Son of God. Now I often think about those days long ago, how every Sunday to church we would go, and the Sunday school lesson I can best recall is that story about Jesus who died for us all. And they talked about a man, his name was Moses. And they talked about a man, his name was John. But most of all, they talked about Jesus, the risen Son of God. He is the risen Son of God. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless y'all. And, if you're up, thank you. If you're up in North Florida, next weekend we're going to be up at the Wild Azalea Festival there in White Springs. And if you're way down south there in Miami, we're going to be down there in a week or two, and so we can kind of get around a little bit. But,